Hey all, it's Dan and I am back doing some hot girl shit. We be in Brisbane, we be doing some hot girl shit, we in our robes, and we're doing our nails. Yes, we are doing our nails. We are doing our nails with a twist. We're using PolyGel by Gelish and also adding in a little bit of Daniel Christopher spice. This might be a fail, but look, this is the end result. They're fabulous, they're gorgeous, and Brisbane is currently in lockdown, so you can't go get your nails done, so you might as well do them yourself. So let's see if it works out. I'm trying something new. Stay tuned. Hey all, it's Dan. Can you believe that I actually haven't done an intro yet? Shocker, if anyone knows me, they'll know that, yeah, that's pretty spot on for me. But let me tell you about myself. My name is Dan. I am a beauty therapist in Brisbane, and I've actually been trained to do what I do, unlike a lot of people on YouTube. Shocker. But I have 7 years experience, and I hope that you stay tuned, you like, you share, you click the subscribe button, please, because I'd love to do more of these videos and share with you my expert skills from a trained therapist. Okay, see ya, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye. So Brisbane has just gone into lockdown for 3 days. So this is reminiscent of what happened in Brisbane back in March, but we pretty much just can't go out unless it's for essential reasons. So why not stay at home and give myself a fabulous manicure? So this is a manicure with a difference. I'm actually going to be using a product called PolyGel. PolyGel is by quite a few brands do it, but this one's actually by a brand called Gelish. I've used this previously and it's been a good 4 months since I've had anything on my nails because of my nursing degree and going on placements. When you're a nurse, you can't wear anything on your nails because of the risk of infection. So this is kind of like my last hurrah, unfortunately, to having fabulous nails. You a hero sacrificing your nails, my lord. Because I'll be starting my grad program at the end of this month. You better believe it. Woohoo. So, but that's fine. I'll live up my fantasy right now for you all. Let's get cracking, let's get happening and become them hot girls, okay? Let's do it. Okay, so let me just pull this camera down so you can actually see what's happening. So here I've got some alcohol wipes, I've got my cuticle cutters, pusher, file, buffer block. Better be writing this down. Oh. I've got some brushes as well that will help to move the product around that's on my nails. pH bond and Pro Bond as well. Slip solution. And I'm going to be a bit cheeky. I'm going to use 2 different products today. A bowl to mix the product, one for the slip as well, and then my UV lamp. While I'm pushing back my cuticles, I'm wanting to discuss what PolyGel is. So PolyGel is almost like this hybrid building system for the nails. It's almost like a mix between gel and acrylic. So the difference between the two is that one needs the UV lamp, which is the gel. The acrylic does not. The acrylic as well also tends to be harder in texture. So when you're tapping away, tap, 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 you are less likely to have the nail actually wear down, whereas gel is softer. Sometimes I think it's easier to use gel. Sometimes when I think of gel, I also think of things like your shellac as well, but the difference between shellac and your gel polish is it's very much the same, except normally gel extensions, I believe, don't have base coats and you have to grind it off, whereas your shellac has a base coat which you can actually soak off and peel off. What I've done is I've pushed back the cuticles, and you might be able to see there's these little fluffies. I can't see anything. Could you see anything? And I got glasses on. I'm just going to take my square buffer and go right up to the cuticle and buff off what I've lifted off of the nail plate. That way you don't actually have to cut the cuticle, but you're still getting that really clean look. As well, when you are doing these types of additions, any shellac, gel, acrylic, you should not be soaking your hands in water, because what happens is the nail plate is actually porous. Because it's porous, it can soak up water, and you put the acrylic or the appliance over the top, and before you know it, they're popping off. Why are you acting like that? Don't pop off, sis. Damn. Now that I've buffed back my cuticles, I'm gonna run it quickly over the rest of the nail plate just to take off that initial shine. I'm just gonna go in with just a regular, I believe this is a 180 nail file. I'm just gonna go in with the very tip, nasty, and just buff up the nail surface and run it close to the cuticle, around the cuticle, and this as well will also help to push back the cuticle. The reason why I'm doing this is because it will rough up the nail plate even more, meaning that whatever I put on top of it will stick. Okay, so while we're doing this, let's quickly talk about why, as a male, I started wearing nail polish and shellac and all these appliances. So when you're going through beauty school, you actually are the model for the first part of the course. So because of this, I had manicures and pedicures done on me, and I just liked the way that my nails looked. Also as well, because I do specialize mainly in skin health and I do a lot of facials, my hands are in people's face all the time, and I want them to look as best as possible. Can you imagine if someone came in and they were having a facial and I put my gangly, yucky hands and my nails near their face? Get away from me. Yuck, no one would want to come and see me. Well, because my hands are always in water, it is quite important that I keep my nails strong, and this is one way to add almost like that backing to my nails to make sure that they're really strong and also look gorgeous at the same time. What I'm now going to do is I'm going to quickly make sure that they're the shape that I want them. Now with PolyGel, you can actually use nail forms to build the length out from the natural free edge. But because I'm being quite active, I'm actually not going to do that today. And also my nails are probably about the length that I would want them anyways, because when I'm doing massage, if they're too long, they start to dig in and into the poor client, and you don't want that. But you see some girls, I do not know how they do it. They have nails that are like this long, and they give massages and facials and waxing. Damn, girl, how you do that? You magic. All this prep work is really important. If you don't set up the foundations, it's like building a house. If your foundations are shit, so is the rest of the treatment. So you need to make sure that these are fabulous. Looking good, looking cute. Then what I do is I once again push back the cuticle. If there's any of the cuticle stuck on to the nail plate, what's going to happen is this, whatever I pop on is going to pop off. I want to clear off all the dust and debris, so I'm going to use a alcohol wipe. So this is 70% isopropyl alcohol, the rest is just water. This just removes all the dust. It also helps to kill a lot of the bacteria that might be on my skin, around my nail, because you also don't want to put appliances over the top of gunk and debris and oils, because first off, it'll pop off. Second of all as well, there's a higher risk of infection. That's the prep step done. Now it's time to get ready for the actual application. Normally what you would do is just apply the Gelish PolyGel. So I've got a shade called Light Pink, which is a sheer coat. But I saw online, and this is probably where we're going to completely ruin everything. Go on, ruin it. I want the drama. Is adding, you can add in apparently shellac. This is not what Gelish suggests, but I find that this polygel is really thick and really hard to move around. And because this is more liquid, if I mix it in properly, hopefully it will make this a little bit thinner and a little bit more, slightly more fluid, so it will be easier for me to actually move around, which is always the toughest thing. And that is science, my friends. I've got my little dish. I'm gonna move the camera down again. Don't look down my dressing robe. Jeez, you guys. So let's pour in some of this color. Ooh. Actually, maybe a little bit more. Can you all see that? Next, I'm gonna go in with the polygel. Can you see how I'm really pressing? Can you see how thick it is? It's hardly coming out. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure how well this is actually going to mix. That macaroni in a pot. It's definitely mixing. Oh yes. Oh, that looks even better, guys. I'm so glad I've done this. They are some famous last words if I've ever heard them. Don't jinx yourself. The one thing is now, because I've added the shellac in, it's going to be a lot more stickier than it would otherwise be without it. I'm excited, you guys. This is going to be good. Now we've got to prep the nails to make sure everything sticks properly. We first do the pH bond. Nice clean nails. And I just go all over, go underneath as well. And can you see how it just dries and you can't even see that? Guys, you should have told me. Okay. Can you see how I put it on? It goes wet and then it dries. That's magic. We can then go on with the Pro Bond. Now the Pro Bond, you need to make sure that it actually doesn't touch your skin, because Pro Bond, if you have sensitive skin, can cause some dermatitis. So you only need a very small amount of this one. You're not flooding the nail at all. And you're literally just putting it where you would put the appliance. Get our gel slip ready. So gel slip, I'm just gonna pop into my little dish here, is actually alcohol. But this one by Gelish just smells so much yummier. You right, sniffing alcohol? Oh my God, never learn. So this gel slip actually helps to make sure that the brush doesn't stick to the actual product. So this is my little spatula here. The other end is my little brush. Okay, my brush, I'm gonna dip it into the slip solution. And I'm just gonna saturate it in, just to make sure there's no dry bristles. And then I'm just going to wipe off the excess and brush it off. Next, I'm going to get my spatula end of the brush and I'm going to pick up the product. I'm going to start on my little nail and work my way around. I can actually see that this product is moving and settling. So what I'm going to do is between each nail, I'm going to set it in my UV lamp over here for 30 seconds. or maybe even less, just to make sure that it is actually, it won't move and run into my cuticles and I can actually build some height. So let's do this. And this is so nerve-wracking. Get some slip. See how I'm moving it around with the brush? What I am noticing compared to normal is that it is sticking to the brush a little bit more than if I had just used the PolyGel by itself. But that's okay, that just means use a little bit more slip. I'm so glad I added that little bit of extra PolyGel. Otherwise this would have been quite unmanageable.
Oh, life is tough, isn't it?
Okay, I'm fairly happy with that one. I'm just going to quickly set it. This is my LED lamp. So with LED lamps, or with this product, you need to make sure that it actually stays away from the lamp. Otherwise it will set. You see that? That's looking pretty good. That's exactly what I want. Okay. Let's move on to number 2. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to use this spatula to help just position everything around so I just don't go through the slip as much. And also as well, it will then also help to create, I'll make sure that it's actually adhering really well to the nail plate. And then I'll use the slip to smooth it all out. Number 2. Isn't that so much cuter? I can't lie, it's absolutely gorgeous. That's looking good to me. Guys, this is going so much quicker than what it would be if I was just using this by itself, because this is so stiff and it's so hard to move around. Whereas because it's so much, this has been liquidized with this. Oh, love it. So I actually picked this technique up from a YouTube channel, and it was a YouTube channel. Her name's Suzie, and it's called Nail Career Education. I'm going to link it below. Make sure you check her out because she is amazing. She's in the US. Honestly, her channel is so good. She has been in the industry for ages. She's a nail tech and she owns her own business in the US. Honestly, so amazing. Suzie, you're doing amazing, sweetie. I am in love. So cute. And we haven't even got a top coat on. My feeling with this though is that because we've added the shellac liquid polish into this, the actual result probably won't be as hard as if we had done the polygel by itself. And we like it nice and hard. Actually, I do need a little bit more on this one, so I'm just going to go bonk.
Haha, jokes.
Now I've got too much. I did go a little ham with that one. Maybe a bit too much product now. That's cute. So far, I feel like mixing in the shellac color was a really good idea. I really love the color of it, but also as well, it's just so much easier to move around and to apply. My feeling is it won't be as hard, but still like amazing. I just wonder as well if it will last as long as well, considering that I've popped this in. Questions? We will find out. Okay, so the next step is going to be actually shaping the nail, but because it's so easy to move around, it's going to be like hardly anything. So that's awesome. There is a slight stickiness to them, and that is because of the shellac, but that's fine. We'll just keep moving forward. So I'm going to take my nail file and just run it gently over the free edge of all my nails, just to make sure that they've stayed the same shape. And once again, I'm just using the 180 grit because this is softer than acrylic. You don't need to go ham with the actual file. You'll take so much off. They're looking fairly cute, but now we need to make sure that the evenness runs across. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take my buffer block. There's a little bit extra build up here, so I'm just going to take that off with my 180 and just to gently shape them all. Now this step is really important because if these aren't super smooth and what we need, when we put the top coat on, you will see all the little lumpies and bumpies.
On the Daniel Christopher YouTube channel, we only use technical terms.
You don't want that. And what I'm doing is just around the edges, just making sure it's lovely and smooth. Let's do that to all of them, hey? Okay, now that they're all fabulously shaped how I want them, I'm just going to very lightly buff over with that buffer block once again, just to make sure that they are all super duper smooth. Now I'm just going to go on with an alcohol wipe just to wipe off any of that powder. Cute AF, y'all. So you could even leave them matte like this. Super cute.
This is a step now as well where you can actually add your own color. If you don't like this, you can go in with a shellac or gel nail polish. Or you can put your top coat on like I'm going to explain, and then you can actually put like your normal nail polish lacquer if you want to change your nail polish out every couple of days. Super easy, super lovely, super cute, and I know that you'll love it.
Or I'm going to go on now with a glossing top coat. So this is also from the same shellac system, but this is the glossing gel.
FYI, I've cured the top coat at this stage for 1 minute in my LED lamp. If you're using a UV lamp, your curing time will actually be longer. So always follow your LED lamp specifications and also the manufacturer's instructions for the product that you're applying.
Okay, final step with this, because it leaves a sticky residue, as you can see, you just wipe off with, once again, an isopropyl alcohol wipe, and it removes the stickiness. They look cute, so cute. I'm gonna do the ugly hand now, my non-dominant hand, and see how we go. I'll be right back.
2 hours later.
Okay, and we are done. I think they are looking pretty cute. It's always hard doing your non-dominant hand.
Obviously, I fried my brain at some point during this whole process because I kept saying my non-dominant hand. I actually meant it's a lot harder to do your dominant hand because you're using your non-dominant hand to actually do the application. So just keep that in mind. I always think, you know what, if your therapist can do their own manicure and pedicure using their non-dominant hand, girl, you're gonna walk out that salon looking real smick.
So I think I've done pretty well, considering. I love that. So make sound. Yeah. ASMR. On the bench. Oh yeah. Love it. Okay, now to finish off, I've washed my hands, and actually I've done a little bit of a scrub as well, just to make sure my hands were lovely and soft now that they're all looking gorgeous. Now it's time to moisturize. So I've got my hand and body moisturizer here, a lovely amount, and I'm gonna give my hands a bit of a massage, and I'm gonna massage this in. I think it's been a success. I really enjoyed mixing the shellac in with the polygel. I feel like it made it so much easier to move around on my nail, and because it was a little bit looser, it actually really helped to self-level the product. When something's a little bit more liquid, it will settle down, whereas the polygel, because it's so stiff by itself, it stays rigid, which is really good if you're really good at working the product, but at this current stage I am not, so I found it to be really good. So tell me what you think down below. Do you like the colour? Is this something that you want to do at home? Did you learn something new? I think I learned something new because this was the first time I'd used that technique. So I'm really excited about it. As always, make sure to share and like, and make sure you just spread the word that Daniel Christopher is here on YouTube. If you are stuck in lockdown somewhere in the world like Brisbane is for the next 2 days, I wish you all the best in the world. Make sure you stay safe, stay at home, wear a mask, socially distance, sanitize your hands frequently when you're out, and look after yourself. But most of all, be kind. So it is really important just to be extra kind, extra loving, and just be that light in someone's life. And also as well, if you can be a light in someone's life and have fabulous nails while you're doing it, even better. Okay, until next week in 7 days' time, this has been Dan, your beauty therapist, showing you and trialing out polygel nails with a little bit of a twist. Enjoy. I'll see you all next time. Bye. Mwah.